Hello and welcome back again to another video tutorial of Royce Academy. In this video tutorial I am going to discuss on an important aspect or important topic dealing with the food preservation area or the food preservation subject and also the food processing subject. Obviously, majorly it is coming under the area of the food processing actually, which is solely included within the diverse field of food science and technology. Now, this video tutorial is dealing particularly with a particular type or particular machine of food processing, which is called an extruder. The extruder machine is nothing but where all the set of mixed ingredients or the ingredients which are to be extruded. It is a very different kind of, a peculiar kind of processing it is actually. In extruder what happens is the set of mixed ingredients or the pre-mixed ingredients are subjected into a mixing chamber where the mixing of all the set of ingredients are being done and the ingredients are being plasticized or milled at very high temperature or either at low temperature by subsequent cooling and heating via different means of cooling and heating that are present within this extrusion chamber. And finally the set of the mixed ingredients are being subjected to the die cutter where the desired shape and size and dimension of the end product is being particularly given and further processed or further packed and readily out, and then they get readily out for the market. Now today this lecture is particularly dealing with what are the adverse challenges that are being faced by this extrusion concept or the extrusion cooking, because we all know that before, in case of food processing and preservation and all, there are certain other techniques which are like pre-preservation, pre-processing and post-processing, where sterilization, irradiation, ultrasonication by different means are being done in order to sterilize the food, decontaminate the food, in order to make the food safe and secure for the consumption, in order to make the food safer and shelf stable. Right, but in the extrusion chamber, in case of the extrusion process, no such pre-conditioning is being done that much. Only the pre-conditioning is being done with a set of mixed ingredients and the desired set of added fortificants or the additives or the premix of the seasonings and all flavors and all these things, or that might be done in the course of extrusion also through different openings that are present within the extrusion machine, obviously. Now, so the adverse challenges are the anti-nutritional factors and the toxins might remain in the food for a longer period of time. So how to reduce these anti-nutritional factors or the toxins when the food or the raw materials are not undergoing any prior sterilization processing or any prior decontamination processing. So how to sterilize that particular product, right? So in this case what happens is when the set of ingredients are subjected for the extrusion, within the extrusion chamber or within the extruded machine, there are various other alternative techniques that have been adopted in order to reduce those contaminants or the anti-nutritional factors to the desired permissible limit. Okay, so that they might not cause any detrimental or adverse side effect when they are being consumed. Okay, when they reach the end consumer. Right. So let's have a look at how these things are being manifested. So let's have three columns first. Okay, in first column I'm going to write the compounds. Compound means the type of the compounds that might be present in that particular set of food or raw ingredients. Okay, the anti-nutrition toxic compounds or the harmful compounds that may be present or the contaminants. Okay. Now the second column, I will write the foods. Foods means the type of food material in which these compounds might present. And the third column, in third column I will put the heading as the factors favoring reduction. Okay, factors favoring reduction of those harmful compounds. Okay, now first we have in our hit list or the top list we have allergens. Okay, let's write the first compound as allergens. allergens are nothing but the hypersensitivity causative agents, the agents which are hypersensitive. Like there are some pollens, there are some cyclic aromatic compounds present in the food, like there are some aliphatic compounds. Okay, there are some end products of the plant metabolites, the secondary metabolites, like the tannins, resins, flavonoids and all, quercetins, terpenoids and all. Okay, the plant fatty acids and the proteins which might be allergic, or as for example gluten might be allergic to some patients, to some public. Okay, or the patients which who are very much highly sensitive to the glutens. Okay, so in this allergens, the allergens are majorly present within the food, like the cereals, peanuts, and peanuts and soya beans. Let us write beans. Okay, including soya beans and all, the other green beans and all, the black beans and all, or lentils and all, whatever it is, including all the beans I'm writing. Now the factor which favor the reduction of the allergens in these particular foods while the course of extrusion is being done is like, okay, so let us have an arrowhead here also. Let us have an arrowhead in order to maintain the alignment. Okay, the factor that is favoring the reduction is in this case the factor would be increased shear mixing. Okay, increased shear mixing. Increased shear mixing means we know that shear is nothing but the development of the development of a force at a particular angle on a layer of the food product. Okay, layer of the substance, where either it might be food product, or either it might be a textile product, either it might be metallic product, whatever the substance is, at a particular angle the force is being provided. Okay, in order to move particular layers of the food product, right? So here, if we do increased shear mixing, shearing is a process that happens within the extrusion chamber where the set of premixed ingredients are being kneaded. Okay, kneaded and punched with the help of the screws that does the process of the extrusion against the barrel. In the barrel means the encasing within which the screws are rotating, right? So increased shear mixing is one process to reduce the allergens, because the shearing helps in developing high temperature within very short time, which helps in breaking down the bonds or the chemical structure of those allergens or allergy compounds present. And secondly, we have glucosinolates. In glucosinolates, what happens is these compounds are kind of cyclic anomeric ring chain structure like compound, anomeric compound basically. These glucosinolates are having sulfur and nitrogen with each other. The sulfur and nitrogen which are showing the major toxic property of these compounds. These compounds are present within these glucosinolates compounds are found. Glucosinolates, glucosinolates, glucosinolates are majorly found within the glucosinolates are, it is majorly found within the starch. Okay, starch based product. Starches. And the factor which would reduce this presence of this glucosinolate compound is addition of ammonia. Okay. Now thirdly we have ammonia. Ammonia addition means NH3 addition binds with the irreversibly binds with these glucosinolate compounds and destroys the reactive property, the reaction mechanism, the reactive the effect of this glucosinolates compound. Okay, so the glucosinolates compound cannot bind with any of the, these glucosinolates are very harmful. One thing I need to mention here, how these compounds affect the body is it binds with the voltage gated ion channels that are present with the cell, and hence when this binds particularly with the voltage gated ion channels present within the cell, it helps in hormonal imbalance. It does not allow the secretion of the hormones, and also does not allow the influx and efflux of the ions through those voltage gated ion channels within the cell. So that is very much harmful. It might disrupt the electron transport chain even. Okay, and addition of ammonia during the extrusion process would reduce the adverse side effect of this glucosinolate compound. Now, thirdly we have glucoalkaloids. Glucoalkaloids. In case of glucoalkaloids, we have these are found particularly within, in case of these glucoalkaloids are found particularly in case of the potatoes. Okay, potatoes. So how are they reduced? They are reduced with the action of addition of thiamine or vitamin B1. Addition of vitamin B1. Vitamin B1 or thiamine. Okay. Thiamine structure, if you look at the thiamine structure, you will see that how this thiamine structure binds. The thiamine is also another thiamine structure is also a little bit anomeric form. Okay, the vitamin B1 structure, it is a water soluble compound, vitamin B1. It binds with the glucoalkaloids irreversibly. Like in the previous case, the the ammonia was binding. In this case also, in case of potatoes, the thiamine is binding with glucoalkaloids irreversibly and helping in reducing the harmful side effects. Fourth, we have the fourth compound in the hit list that is coming is the gossypol. Okay, gossypol. Gossypol is actually a polyalcoholic compound which is generally found in case of cottonseed. Okay, cottonseed. And now this is reduced. The gossypol compound polyalcohol is being reduced by addition of water. Addition of water during the pre-mixing of the ingredients. Okay. And fourth, we have, what happens is the addition of water in the set of pre-mixing of the ingredients would dissolve the gossypol by the action of the London dispersion force. Water is obviously polar and gossypol polyalcohol is a non-polar compound. So how do they dissolve within each other? There is a force called London dispersion force in which the non-polar agents develop polar charges over it and helping attracting the opposite bonds or opposite polarity of compound and gets mixed with it and helps in forming the bond with it and then dissolves uniformly. Okay, so addition of the water dissolves the gossypols or the polyols and reduces the concentration so that it cannot damage or do that particular adverse side effect in the which was meant to be done by it in its concentrated form. Right. Now fifth, we have, after this gossypol in the hit list, there is another compound called after gossypol we have mycotoxins. Okay, mycotoxins. mycotoxins. In case of mycotoxins, these are reduced. These are found in case of the cereals. Cereals and grains. Okay, and these are reduced by what? Increased process of mixing. Increased mixing. Okay, increased mixing at lower temperature. Why? Because this increased mixing at the lower temperature would at lower temperature would gradually increase the temperature during the course of extrusion processing. Okay, the lower temperature would gradually increase. So, keeping the temperature low and increased mixing would develop a heat buildup within the extrusion chamber, within the barrel, which will reduce or kill or denature the proteins that are present within the mycotoxins, like the aflatoxins, flavotoxins and all. So the cereals and grains are the major compounds which carry this mycotoxins product, and the increased mixing at lower temperature results in this. Also, along with the increased mixing, we have NH3 ammonia addition. Okay, so we have the ammonia addition, and apart from that, another thing is ammonia addition, and apart from that, mycotoxins, another thing that is present is the protease inhibitors. Protease inhibitors. Protease inhibitors. The protease inhibitors are nothing but the compounds which are the protease inhibitors are compounds which, when enters into a body, inhibits the protease enzyme that are being produced by your body itself, by the serum, particularly the serum, which is present in the blood. They are produced by particular antibodies which helps in breaking unwanted clots that might result during the blood flow, the normal course of blood flow within our circulatory system, that might result in that. Okay, so protease inhibitors, so the presence of the protease is very much necessary, but the inhibition of protease is not necessary, and these protease inhibitor compounds are present in the protease inhibitor compounds are present within the pulses, legumes and pulses. Okay, legumes and pulses. Legumes and pulses. Now, these legumes and pulses, the reduction of these protease inhibitors can be done with the addition of water, H2O, plus addition of ammonia. Addition of amine sources, okay, or ammonia sources. This is what this is how the protease inhibitors, the function of the protease inhibitors are being killed or rejected. Okay, so these are some of the major toxic compounds that might be present in these raw ingredients. These raw ingredients are subjected for the extrusion machine or the extrusion chamber. Okay, now this set of raw ingredients which is subjected to the extrusion chamber particularly might carry all these adverse side effects or adverse compounds which might result in the detrimental conditions. So in order to remove this detrimental compounds that are present in this raw materials which is subjected for the extrusion, these are the methodologies that are being adopted. Okay, these are the particular methodologies: increased shear mixing, addition of ammonia, addition of vitamin B1, addition of water, increased mixing or at the lower temperature plus ammonia addition, addition of water plus addition of amine source or ammonia source, whatever it is being done. Before this material, all these raw ingredients or these raw materials are subjected for within the extrusion chamber or incorporated within the feed hopper. Okay, so this is all about how the anti-nutrients and the toxins are being affected by the extrusion process and what are the factors that favor the reduction of these compounds. So if you like this video, subscribe my channel positively and stay tuned for more such updated videos, and share the video as much as possible. Also hit the thumbs up button and comment down in the comment section below. Thank you.